Hi, everybody. I'm coming back to you today. We're looking at day 18, Wednesday for October 7th, 2020. And not a lot on the agenda for today. The learning target is I can analyze, interpret graphs dealing with cause and effect on the motion of objects. So success criteria is just explain position versus time using a graph. And you're going to do that using this ACT Speed journal. So click it. It'll make a copy for you. Read over the journal prompt. I recommend that for every question, number-wise, how many there are, you give yourself 1 minute of time if you want to time yourself. Because one of the biggest things with ACT is that students struggle with the time concept of having enough of it, and you never really seem to. So practice that if you want to. If you want to take it at a leisurely pace, just so you can take your time, that's okay too. But at some point, once you get off that taking your own time amount, you want to get to a case where you're pacing yourself, giving yourself about a minute per question. And then from there, we can whittle it down a few seconds per question so that you can get all these questions answered correctly and within a good amount of time to go to the next passage in an ACT prompt. So practice that. Add that to your warm-ups and journals list. To do that, you can just write in there journal number 1. It depends on what number journal is. I don't think there's any other journals before this one. So it should be journal 1 ACT Speed, or you can just label it journal ACT Speed. That's fine too. And then below that, put your letter answers. And then you can tell me how many out of 5 or 6 you got right. And I don't grade on how many you got right or wrong, just that you tried it and attempted it. You attempted it, you give me your answers. I take that as proof that you have done it, and I'll give you credit for it. So that's what's on tap for Wednesday. Backing up for where we were, we had just wrapped up the factor label method quiz. And if you need any extra help with that, or if you need some remediation with that, contact me and we can figure something out. Yesterday, Monday or Tuesday, we did a pre-test on motion and forces. That was on Schoology, so we checked out those results. I showed you the first semester equation sheet. Very handy to have. Make sure you've got that on you at all times. Save it on your Google Drive if you need to. Always have it on you. Your agenda also has a really nice list of equations, page 148, if you need that. We also went over some notes, sections 1 and 2, and then we did a couple exit slips on acceleration practice and Apple on a desk. And that was to calculate. I can use calculations to analyze cause and effect of motion. So we were trying to calculate acceleration and velocity. So revisit those if you need to. Looking ahead, we're going to start position time graphs, and there'll be some homework, H1 through H8. You get a little bit of time to work on it. So that is a Google form that I need to finish, and then I'll load it up here. So this right now looks like no link is here. That is because the link is going to be in Schoology. And you're going to click it. And similar to the graphing analysis packet and the designing an experiment iPod data, you will open that up in Schoology. It'll open up a copy pre-made for you, and then you just work on that and turn that in when you get finished. I'll talk about a due date later, but if you look further in my notes here, you can see when it's going to become due. So I won't get that too far ahead. But yeah, we're going to work on investigation 1 when we come back. We've got a bit of an extended portion here because the next yellow frame is the next Wednesday. That is because after that Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, we can still work on the position time graphs. If we get that finished a little early, you can work on maybe position time graph 2. But we'll see how the pacing goes. After that, 10, 12, 10, 13, we are on fall break. So there isn't any Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So I'll just real quickly, briefly go into what is happening when we get off break. And that is the velocity time graph. We're going to continue the investigation 2 if we haven't already. We'll wrap up finishing H4 through 8. That's the last of the homework. There's an ACT practice you can do. Again, that is another journal you can add to your warm-ups and journals list. And that'll take us into the next Wednesday, which, yeah, it's section 3 notes. Okay, so that's where we are. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.